Scientists warn today that climate change is warming the planet to the point where it's causing irreversible damage in some parts of the world.
And the United Nations has released a key report on climate change after a delay on approval, and that report details the losses and the damages as a result of climate change and the actions that can be taken to combat it.
On the brink of catastrophic warming. That is the latest warning from the UN climate change report. Scientists saying swift actions have to be taken right now.
Scientists have issued a final warning to the planet, as the latest assessment by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, also known as IPCC, indicates that the Earth is on the brink of irreversible damage to the climate. The impacts of climate change are making headlines all the time, from the devastating flood in Pakistan, the heat wave and drought in Europe, and the above-average wildfires in the US. The implications are real.
Dear friends, humanity is on thin ice, and that ice is melting fast. As today's report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, details, humans are responsible for virtually all global heating over the last 200 years. The rate of temperature rise in the last half-century is the highest in 2,000 years. Concentrations of carbon dioxide are at their highest in at least 2 million years. The climate time bomb is ticking.
The IPCC panel said that humanity still has a chance, a close one, to prevent the worst of climate change's future harms. The IPCC is UN's climate science body, and what it says matters. The team consists of world-renowned climate scientists, and these scientists said that if global warming overshoots 1.5 degrees Celsius, it will result in irreversible adverse impacts on certain ecosystems with low resistance, such as the North and South Poles and coastal and mountain ecosystems. The impact will result in melting of glaciers and subsequent increase in sea level. The IPCC in its report last year warned that countries were far from ready to face the consequences of climate change. Take Pakistan for example. The massive flood killed over 1,800 people, caused $14.9 billion of damage and $15.2 billion of economic losses. The latest report said that human-induced climate change is causing dangerous and widespread disruption in nature and affecting the lives of billions of people around the world. Increased heat waves, droughts and floods are already exceeding plant and animal tolerance thresholds, driving mass mortalities in species such as trees and corals.
For decades, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has put forward evidence on how people and planet are being rocked by climate destruction. With report after report and fact upon fact, you have built the case, setting out the science of climate change and the urgency for climate action. The evidence has been clear, convincing and irrefutable. I count on the IPCC to do what you have always done, point the way to solutions, and show the urgent need to end global heating with cold, hard facts.
The UN Science Panel calculated and reported that to stay under the warming limits set in Paris, the world needs to cut 60% of its greenhouse gas emissions by 2035 compared with 2019. The IPCC report stated that limiting global warming to well below 2 degrees centigrade by 2030 as per the Paris Agreement targets will be hard to achieve, but avoiding 1.5 degrees Celsius is still possible.